I read my daughter's diary by accident, and it changed everything. I still remember the day I found my daughter's diary. I was vacuuming under her bed when it slid out from between the mattress and the wall. When I picked it up, it fell open. Right there on the page was my name, underlined 3 times, followed by the words "I hate her" written in all caps. I should have closed it immediately. I didn't. My daughter, Emma, was 16 at the time. She'd been distant lately, locked in her room for hours. I kept telling myself it was normal teenage behavior, but my husband had been saying for months that something wasn't right. The first few pages were harmless. School drama, crushes, complaints about teachers. Then things took a turn. She wrote about hurting herself in places no one would notice. About how the pain helped when everything felt overwhelming. My hands started shaking so badly I could barely turn the pages. Then I read entries about wanting to disappear. About wondering if anyone would miss her. She wrote that her dad would probably cry, but I'd likely feel relieved. That sentence broke something in me. She had written poems about feeling invisible in her own house. About screaming without making a sound. I recognized lines from the sad music she always played behind her closed door. I sat on her bedroom floor for over an hour reading. That's when I realized what I'd done. The year before, my sister had been diagnosed with cancer. I threw myself into helping her, driving her to treatments, watching her kids, cooking meals. I told myself I was managing everything. Through Emma's eyes, I had disappeared. Page after page talked about the soccer games I missed. How I was always exhausted. How I never asked about her day anymore, but could talk for hours about my sister. The hardest entry was about her birthday. I promised I'd be home for dinner. My sister had complications, and I stayed at the hospital. I didn't even call. Emma wrote that I had a new daughter now. That I didn't need her anymore. She described sitting alone at the table with her birthday cake, checking her phone again and again. At midnight, she blew out the candles herself and went to bed. I closed the diary and put it back exactly where I found it. Then I went to my room and cried until I couldn't breathe. That night, I told my husband I needed to talk. I didn't mention the diary. I just admitted how badly I'd failed Emma. He hugged me and said he'd been afraid we were losing her. The next day, I picked Emma up from school for a surprise lunch. When I gently asked about the marks on her wrist, she pulled her sleeve down and said it was the cat. I didn't push. Instead, I told her how sorry I was. That I missed her. That she was always my priority. She asked why I was saying all this now. I just told her that sometimes we don't see what's right in front of us until something wakes us up. She didn't say much, but when I dropped her off, she hugged me. It was the first time in months. I started showing up. Every game. Every promise. I set aside time just for us. Nothing interrupted it. One night, I surprised her with the same cake I'd missed on her birthday and told her I wanted a do-over. She looked confused, then smiled. A real smile. Her dad noticed it too. He said he could hear her laughing again. Her music played with the door open now. 3 months later, Emma left her diary open on her bed. I think she meant to. The page said. Mom's back. She's 19 now, and away at college. Last week, she called just to check on me. Before hanging up, she said, "Thanks for fighting for me back then." Reading that diary changed everything. It probably saved her life. It definitely saved our relationship. People ask how I knew something was wrong. I tell them a mother just knows. The truth is, I almost didn't. And that still scares me.